conversation with someone and they brought up this post I had posted on Facebook just a while back. Stop taking birth control, it's dangerous. And she brought up this comment. But when we was talking about it, I went through some of the other comments and I saw where this lady said, you guys are always trying to bash women, or women are always trying to bash other women for doing things. And it's not that we're trying to bash you, we're simply trying to inform you. But anytime you make someone accountable for their actions or you challenge their beliefs, that's the first thing they say. Are you trying to bash me? Are you trying to judge me? And it's not that we're trying to judge you, we're trying to inform you. But let's get into this comment. Y'all should honestly take this post down because of false information and it's inconsiderate. What about the girls with disorders in which birth control is their only option? Birth control is never your only option. Honestly, birth control really and truly should not even be an option. Some people will honestly never know the pain, frustration, and worries of having PCOS, endometriosis, hormonal imbalance, cysts, etc. Now, endometriosis and cyst, they're both caused due to hormonal imbalance. PCOS is an imbalance in the hormones. Taking synthetic hormones does not solve the problem when your real hormones are the reason for the condition you're facing. Taking birth control honestly worsens the condition. And if you don't have that problem, you will possibly end up with that problem, as birth control contributes to all of those problems. Now let's get into this article by Ali Flynn, the best birth control for PCOS according to an OBGYN. And I quote, "If you have PCOS and you want to go on birth control to either treat your symptoms or prevent pregnancy or both, choosing your method can be tricky. Gersh says you might want to stay far away from birth control pills. The common remedy is birth control pills. That's a very poor choice." She explains, since women with PCOS don't have proper estrogen, she explains that they are more prone to blood clots. One of the risks of some birth control pills is also blood clots, and combining the two is a recipe for potential disaster, according to Gersh. She also notes that women with PCOS have higher rates of anxiety and depression, two other risk factors of the pill. Birth control contributes to the exact same things that you're taking them for. If you think a normal period is bad, imagine living everyday life with one of those disorders. That's a problem caused due to hormonal imbalance. You should fix the problem instead of taking synthetic hormones. If you're living every single day with one of those disorders, you chose to. Because I can tell you for a fact, it's not pleasant. It interferes with everything in your life, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So does birth control. And as I get on with this video, you will see how birth control contributes to the exact same things. We also need to be mindful that medications have different effects on different people because everyone is not the same. And that is the truth. Everyone is not the same, but birth control remains birth control. The side effects of birth control remains the side effects. Now, if you end up with an ovarian cyst and someone else ends up with fibroids and then someone ends up with infertility issues, yes, that's how their body responded to the birth control, but birth control does what it does. So it's not that you're not going to become affected by it. You are, because it does what it does. They are synthetic hormones. Hormones tell your body what to do. So taking synthetic hormones is not going to solve that problem. Now, I'm not saying that birth control doesn't have its benefits. They do, but cocaine has benefits as well, and it's approved by the FDA to be sold to you, but you'd be the main person judging someone that's not. Now let's get into Depo Provera. Depo Provera is a synthetic version of the female hormone progesterone, which is responsible for preparing the body for ovulation and the menstrual cycle. Depo Provera works, according to family doctor, by stopping ovulation. It thickens your cervical mucus, which makes it hard for sperm to reach and fertilize an egg. It also thins your uterine lining, which makes it hard for a fertilized egg to implant or attach to your uterus. This is why a lot of you have miscarriages after coming off of those Depo Proveras, because after being on them for so long, you have thinned out your endometrium lining. Once you do conceive, the egg is unable to attach itself to the endometrium lining, therefore it falls out, and then you suffer a miscarriage. So when you take birth control, you're not just stopping what you're stopping now. Actually, what you're doing is damaging yourself. Now ask yourself this: how does Depo Provera stops ovulation? How does it stop ovulation? According to WebMD, the hormone works on your pituitary gland, causing your ovaries to stop sending out eggs. Now that's scary, because the pituitary gland is the master gland of the endocrine system. The endocrine system is responsible for almost every bodily function. According to the Pituitary Foundation, without it, the body wouldn't reproduce, wouldn't grow properly, and many other bodily functions just wouldn't function. Now here's why I say that's scary, because one of the integral parts of the endocrine system is the hypothalamus, which is located at the base of the brain. Not only is your reproductive system being manipulated, but so is your brain. Therefore, your thoughts are being manipulated, and your thoughts dictate your feelings and your mood. And Depo is manipulating the exact same hormones that is responsible for the way you feel.
The only two really bad things that are bad about Depo Provera is probably the mood swings, because I was depressed for 2 months. And I don't know if it was because of the shot or what, but I was depressed.
Another thing, my mood, oh my God, my mood, it was just, I felt at times like bipolar. Sometimes I would just snap unnecessarily. Somebody would say something and I'm ready to jump and argue, and it was so bad.
I also started noticing that I was a lot more down. I was finding it a lot harder to have to be excited about things, to be happy. And they do say depression is a side effect of these things, so I feel like it was making me a lot more down.
One of the biggest side effects is my mood. I did not really notice it until I started doing research and seeing other videos like this, but that has opened my eyes to why I was really acting crazy. Really acting crazy, crying for no reason, being so angry, going from 0 to 100 like nobody's business. Y'all, honestly, that Depo is gonna make you a psycho. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I don't know how it is for everybody, but from a lot of reviews, a lot of women are saying the same thing. So it has to be, and it's like you can't control it. Like, if you don't want to be mad anymore, but you still like raging for some reason. I would be thinking about death sometimes for no reason, like just thinking, you know, I don't want to die, I don't want my family to die.
So not only is your reproductive system being manipulated, your entire body is. And it's all because you don't want to get pregnant. All because you don't want to have a period. And yes, you may say, well, my period does me really bad. You just don't understand the pain I have to go through. Research. There are alternatives. Because you're taking birth control for one thing, but it's going to cause 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different other things. You're defeating the purpose taking birth control for a health issue. Yes, you may not get pregnant when you don't want to, but the process of how it goes about preventing this pregnancy from taking place is dangerous. Now, one of the most common side effects of the Depo Provera is weight gain. And here's why. According to NCBI, Depo can alter the expression of glucocorticoid receptors. According to WebMD, glucocorticoids are powerful medicines that fight inflammation and work with your immune system to treat a wide range of health problems. Your body actually makes its own glucocorticoids. These hormones have many jobs, such as controlling how your cells use sugar and fat and curbing inflammation. Now, glucocorticoids regulates how your body distributes and stores fat. If the hormones that are responsible for the distribution and the storing of fat is out of whack, only one of two things is going to happen. Either fat is going to be distributed in places it should not be distributed, causing arteries to be clogged, thus causing blood clotting, or fat is going to be distributed unevenly throughout the body. So you may notice that your arms are getting bigger, or your face is getting bigger, or you're having a double chin, or your breast is getting bigger, or your stomach, or your thighs, or your hips, because the fat is not being distributed and stored properly.
One of the symptoms of Depo Provera, I don't know if this is a symptom for like any other type of birth control, but it's definitely weight gain. You're gonna gain weight.
Another thing was, baby, the weight gain. The weight gain is not a joke. I did my research, and yeah, like the Depo, it will make you gain weight, and I know a lot of skinny girls want to get on it for that reason, and I do not recommend it. Like, it's not worth it. Just get in the gym and bulk up, eat a lot. It's just not worth it.
The weight was gaining, and no matter how much gym, no matter how much run, nothing could save me.
You can get the shot in 3 places now. At first it was only 2. It was your arm or your butt, right at the top of your butt, and now you can get it in your hips. So right in the front, like where those V's are, if you have them, because I don't got them no more because it's fat right there.
But this is why you're gaining weight, because the hormones that are responsible for the distribution of fat and the storing of fat is out of whack. But you see what I say? It always comes back to a hormonal issue. It always comes back to a hormonal issue. This is dangerous. And you want to say that this is false information? Have you even done research? I highly doubt it, because if you did, you would not have said that.
Lord, if I knew what was going to happen when I got on Depo, I promise you I would have never got on it. I promise you. Honest to God truth. If I would have known that, if I would have done research, had I known that there was a Twitter handle expressing all these women who hated being on Depo, if I knew that I could have searched YouTube and saw people's experience on Depo, I really would have done it.
I wouldn't recommend it, y'all. Like, I wish I would have done way more research on it before I actually decided to do it, and for this long.
But I wish I would have done more research.
The contraceptive injection. I want to talk about this because I wish I was more informed before I decided to take the contraceptive injection.
If you do research, if you properly educate yourself, you can avoid a whole lot of things. A whole lot of things. You are not going to be able to avoid everything. But there are some things we have to seek knowledge on. There are some things we have to do our own research on. Research everything. Don't just stand by what someone says because this person has a degree or this person went through this before. Everyone is different. You have to do your own research. But I was reading this article, Top Myths About Birth Control, Everything You Need to Know. And myth number 2, because I spoke about this in a few of my other videos on birth control and PCOS. But myth number 2, you get your period on the pill. Bleeding on the pill is not called a period, it's called a withdrawal bleed or breakthrough bleeding. If you're getting a period on the pill, your birth control is not working to prevent pregnancies. So where is this blood coming from? And of course it makes sense because birth control prevents ovulation. Ovulation needs to occur in order for you to have a period. But where is this blood coming from then? So those of you that say, well, I had my period on my birth control, that's because your birth control wasn't working. So in actuality, you were just taking them just to take them. Well, I got pregnant on my birth control. I had to use the birth control to get pregnant. That should be looked at. But if you're getting your period on your birth control, according to this article, your birth control is not working. So you're just drugging yourself for no apparent reason. But I'm going to leave some links in the description so that you can see some of the other side effects of birth control. And you can do your own research.